Hey there everybody, it's Amanda. How's it going? Okay, so today is the day. Today is the day that I make my absolutely huge announcement regarding something Dragon Ball Toy related. And I won't beat around the bush. The announcement is... dun, 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 I have officially opened a Dragon Ball Toy archive website. And it is very much so in its infancy right now. I mean, I just opened it a couple of days ago. I just started putting items into the site, but I hope that when completed, it will in fact be the largest and most comprehensive archive on the subject of Dragon Ball toys in the entire world, really, on the internet, certainly. There will be lots of different ways for all of you who might be interested in such a project to help out. Again, that's coming. That's not something that's entirely been set up yet, but there will be ways of making contributions to the site, even as just a casual user. There is actually a way already to sign in, although there's not really much you can do with your login account yet. But of course, you are all welcome to do that. And there will be ways that I implement later on so that you can actually make contributions to the site, which will be really helpful. One, because there's a lot of, I've been compiling and trying to construct this for, 10 years now maybe? But there's a lot of things that I've lost over the years, that I've forgotten about over the years. I haven't collected these toys in years. And so there's a lot of new things that I don't even know about, quite frankly, I'm sure. And so, there's a lot of work that's already been done. I mean, I did get a chance to make this archive once in the past on Dragon Ball Toys. You can actually still go to Dragon Ball Toys, link below, and go to the archive section and at least see the list of toy companies. But you can't, the archive otherwise is broken. You can't go into any of the different categories and see the figures. It was very, very, very sad that fell through, but especially after I stopped being senior editor, I mean, everything just really, really, really fell apart, and it was, many a tear has been shed over the failure of that whole project. But over the last 6 months, really, I have finally learned how to actually use and manipulate real library, museum-style archiving software. What I'm using here is called Omeka. And, as you can see, the site is not real, it's not real flashy, it's not real pretty to look at, perhaps, but that's really not the point of the site. The point of the site is to be an archive of images and information about every Dragon Ball toy ever released anywhere in the world. So I'm just going to take you through the site as it exists right now. Obviously, as I've said already, it is in its infancy. There is a tremendous amount coming to the site that isn't up yet. But basically what I've done so far is when you go to Browse All Known Dragon Ball Item Archive, it takes you to this massive list of toy companies that have been broken up by country. And this is, I actually do know of a couple that are missing currently, but this is the meat and potatoes of the list of toy companies broken up by company. If anybody at the moment would like to go through this list and just fact check it for me as far as if I've attached, the correct toy company to the correct country, because I'm sure that I've made mistakes here and there. There was a couple of the South Korean toy companies that I didn't remember if they were indeed South Korean companies or from somewhere else. Just little pieces of information do get lost from over the years. But yeah, so I have indeed started to add some of the items. So here, this is an Australian fast food release of toys by a company called Red Rooster. There's a restaurant called Red Rooster, and these were basically their like Happy Meal style Dragon Ball figures. So at the moment, it's just really the entries have, as far, I have to even the entries that are finished right now, it's just the toy that's been added. It's a little bit of the tagging, but I still need to go back into each item and enter in like the year, more information. There's a lot of writing I want to do for each item. But, all of this has to be done sort of in steps because it's so much. And in order to make it even, remotely bearable, a lot of this has to be batch uploaded through the FTP. And so, because of that method of expediency, I have to sort of like neglect putting in all of the information at once. Again, that's going to have to all be done in steps. And, things like that too, like entering years, entering sort of the miscellaneous information that needs to be entered eventually. I'm hoping that some of you guys will maybe take an interest and eventually, once I do install those contribution plugins and whatnot, you guys will have an interest in doing some of that work alongside me. So just a couple of other things you can do. Of course, you can share through all this bookmarking kind of stuff. The tags are going to be super, super, super important once I get that going. I'm also going to be building, nothing is here now, but I'm also going to be making sort of a mini archive of my videos on the website from this channel, just because there's a lot of videos that I took down over the years because of copyright stuff, because I was an idiot back in the old days and I used a lot of copywritten music. So I'll kind of re-edit some of the old stuff and put it up, and it'll be the first time it'll get a chance to be seen really in 3-4 years. There's a news section here. Oh, it didn't save. Holy fuck. Well, a whole bunch. Oh, no, it did. So as far as what is been added to the site so far, you can check out the Red Rooster items, Animatopia, the AI Plaything, which is really, really rare. ALPI items have been added. The Beagle items have been added. I don't actually know if these were ever released, but these were really, really beautiful statues of Goku fighting Frieza. Bridgestone, it's a set of fucking golf balls, but yeah, those have been added. Carlson Comics items have been added. Sunstar has been added. Starline Creations has been added. Wells has been added. Viraflex has been added, and the Trey Bellos plushies have been added, and the Urban Station item has been added, and of course much more to come. I haven't done much with the links section yet. Of course, I've linked Kanzenshu, which is an amazing site. I haven't been there in so long, but yeah, probably the best Dragon Ball site on the internet. I'll get to this one in just a sec. Oh no, I'll get to that in just a second, but I have linked to the old Dragon Ball Toys website, just for old time's sake. There's also this great site I'm sure some of you have been on called Ugly DBZ Merch, and that's just fucking hilarious, and definitely worth checking out if you haven't been there already. But another thing you guys can do now, if you have any interest, is let me know of other sites that should be linked here. Because, yeah, I definitely, again, I am out of the loop, so I would love suggestions on what Dragon Ball sites would be good to add. As far as how eventually I maybe would like to expand the site, I do, of course the site is going to concentrate mainly on figures and toys, but I would like to perhaps eventually install an archive regarding stuff like Dragon Ball cards, T-shirts, posters, all kinds of other kinds of merchandise. I mean, if that's a very tall order, and granted, that will probably take a tremendous amount of, an unfathomable amount of time. But if there's enough interest, it might be doable. And aside from it being an archive of figures and toys, it would be great to have as comprehensive an archive of just the merchandise period as possible. I would certainly enjoy that quite a bit. I haven't done much about the About section yet for ZFN. And then, of course, there is a way to contact me should you have any suggestions or comments, or would like to contact me at all. So I mean, that is basically it. The other thing that I wanted to point everybody in the direction of today is Dragon Ball figures, on boards.net, sorry. That's the URL right there, dragonballfigures.boards.net. This site was constructed by a whole bunch of people that, like me, were also kind of left over from the old Dragon Ball Toys website. I don't know everybody that has been working on this, but the one person I do know quite well that's put in a tremendous amount of time and effort on this site is Branjita, who has been, a good friend of me over the years, and yeah, he's done a really quite magnificent job putting all of this together. And so I really want to thank him for doing this, because this is, it's great to know that somebody has been holding down the fort as far as providing a platform for people to have discussions about this stuff. And so I definitely, I can't remember the name of the old forum that he and other people had built. I know I did a shout out to it maybe 2 years or so ago. I think that one is down. I could be wrong about that. But it's not active. It might still be there, but it's not active. But this one is quite active. I haven't posted much on it myself, I have to admit, but that will change. I actually, sometime tonight, I will be posting about all this on this very forum. So yeah, I mean, I have to say it's parts that are new to me too, but I look forward to reconnecting with some old screen names and meeting some new people on here. So yeah, I think that I would say this is definitely, if you love Dragon Ball Toys, this is the center, basically the new center of that whole community. And yeah, so what else can I say? I will be making regular updates on the Z-Figures Nexus as it is constructed. Yeah, I guess, I am more than open to suggestions and comments, and, whatever. If you guys have any concerns about the way the site is built yet, or if you, I guess I'm going to need a banner at some point. So don't do it yet, but maybe start thinking about that if you guys have, or, maybe raise your hand or something like that if you might be interested in making something like that for me, because I'm not very good at that kind of design work. And I guess if you wouldn't mind, I would sincerely love it if as many people as possible could spread the word about the site. I know, again, I'm about to say it again, but I know it is in its infancy, but I do think that it's going to be pretty kick-ass once it gets going. So yeah, it feels good to be back. So yeah, so I will, like I said, I will be putting up more updates as things happen on the site and keeping everybody updated. And I still have to do my review of that ultra rare toy, and hopefully I can get to that this week. Too many projects. But yeah, I'm very excited to be able to make this announcement today. And I feel like I'm forgetting something huge, but it's okay, because I'm going to be making more videos, right? Alright, all the best. Bye for now. See ya.